What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? I'm Bearable Boss, back at it again, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing a product review. Let's go! And today we got two products from Blue Audio. These are pre-Logitech microphones. And I'll get into why I specifically got pre-Logitech microphones. If you guys don't know, I believe in 2018, Blue Audio was bought out by Logitech, and Logitech now makes both of these microphones. You can still buy both of these microphones brand new to this day, and the reason why because these are essentially new old stock. I got both of these microphones brand new off of eBay. The pop filter didn't come with it. I later added that after several audio tests. But behold, we got two microphones right in front of us. We got the Blue Snowball, and then we got its bigger brother, the Blue Yeti Classic. This is now considered the Classic. I guess same with the Snowball too. The reason why I went with pre-Logitech microphones specifically because both of these microphones were manufactured and built in 2014. That's how old these microphones are, and they still sound good. I'm quoting Dank Pods on this. Good audio stays good. He's got headphones from the early 70s that still kick ass, that could beat some of the top end, brand new, off the shelf professional audio headphones. Good audio just as good. And we're going over these microphones, and hopefully this will help you if you're in the market for needing a microphone. Maybe this can help you either make a decision between these two or not get these at all. And just for point of reference, I am using a Rode microphone on my Canon DSLR camera to capture the audio in this. So you guys can also compare this Rode microphone if you want to. The Rode microphone's in a completely different class. It's meant for a camera. You could use it to capture audio for podcasts and such, whatever your heart's desire, but it is definitely more difficult to use and kind of just unpractical. But it is an option if you guys like the sound of this video. And we're also going to be throwing in the microphone that I started out with. I mean, technically I started out with a microphone built in on a headset that it's funny, is because a long time ago, my dad wanted over-ear headphones. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get him some gaming headphones because, I don't know. I don't know why I bought those at the time. But they're headphones from Corsair, and they got a microphone that pops out. I'll flash a picture on the screen right now. And that's kind of like what I started using to start capturing audio. And later I upgraded to the Samsung Meteor mic, and it has done a decent job for what it is. This is a budget microphone, and honestly I would recommend it as a portable microphone because it's made out of chrome plated steel, and it's very small, and you can easily chuck it in a backpack. This thing is pretty dense. I've had a lot of abusive times with this. And it's even small enough to fit in the front of a shirt pocket. I don't know why you would want to do that, but it is an option. But the stars of the show are definitely going to be the Blue Yeti and the Blue Snowball. Just going to be honest with you right off the back. I believe you can buy a brand new Blue Snowball Ice, manufactured by Logitech, in 2024 for around between $40 and $60. The price kind of fluctuates. It all just depends on where you get and if you can get a deal on it. I've seen these microphones go below $40 brand new. I paid $25 for this microphone. I bought it off eBay. I made a low ball offer, and after shipping and tax it came out to be $25. And if you can find a Blue Snowball, keep in mind, I was told that this was open box. The microphone was new. It was not new. This is clearly used. It's clearly a used microphone. But there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I used it to record the latest episode of mine and Devon's podcast, shameless plug, the Situation podcast. I'm going to put a link in the description for that if you guys want to go check it out. We're pretty entertaining, I'm not going to lie. And it sounded phenomenal. If I knew that the Blue Snowball sounded this good, I would have gotten probably the Blue Snowball out of the Samsung Meteor mic. I got this, again, shout out to DankPods, when he did his budget microphone video. And I thought, for the price and how good it sounded, I thought this was a steal. But over time, I realized after upgrading to the Blue Yeti, because the Blue Yeti is my main microphone, I do recommend if you do get the Blue Yeti, get some sort of pop filter. Even with this nice grill on it, it is prone to popping. Maybe it's just how I have it set up, I'm not sure, but definitely, I got this. I found this on eBay for cheap. It's an official Blue Yeti microphone filter. You cannot buy these anymore. These were discontinued a long ass time ago. So if you could find one, that's cool. But any old school pop filter would work. I would probably recommend one that goes over the microphone instead of one that goes in front of it, just for convenience sake, because trying to get this freaking deal on here was a pain in the ass. But there's something that these two microphones do have that the Samsung Meteor mic doesn't, and that is built-in software. If you download the Logitech G-Hub app, you can actually dial in both of these microphones to get the sound that you are looking for, and there's also a lot of preset options. Me personally, for how my setup is used, I don't use the Blue Voice software and the Logitech G-Hub app. I don't use it. And here's the deal. This thing is so old that it's not even recognized by the G-Hub software, even though these things are both made in the same year. This will pick up no problem. It's under Yeti Classic. This will not pick up at all, and that's probably because this microphone is so old that it uses one of the early USB formats. I think this is USB Type B. And yeah, this is something you would typically find on a printer. Look how big that is. You ain't breaking that. You will have a hard time doing that. But it must be because of that reason alone that it does not pick up. New Blue Snowballs will have mini USB. Oh, put that back there. Yeah. And they do work with the Blue Voice software. Personally, how I have my stuff set up, I will be doing audio tests between these two microphones and the Samsung Meteor mic in production, because in OBS Studios, which I do most of my recording, and I use Streamlabs for live streaming, I have pre-installed filters on my microphone to take out sound, it takes out noise compression, and it's set up to where it only tracks my voice when I'm talking. It cuts everything out, it only kicks on when my voice is present. And the problem is with the Samsung Meteor mic, I have not had problems with these two microphones. And I didn't notice how bad it was until I upgraded to the Yeti. But using the pre-loaded filters I used in OBS, I noticed using this microphone, it made me sound really muffled. It sounded like I had a stuffy nose all the time. And I didn't realize that until after upgrading to the Blue Yeti and getting a really clear crystal sound. So I will be doing these tests with the filters on and with the filters off. I won't be doing it with this one because, one, I've used this microphone pretty much since the dawn of my YouTube channel. And so you got plenty of examples there. I may do just a raw audio filter sample just to see what I'm talking about and compared to what it sounded like with the OBS filters on. But let's talk features. I guess we don't need these anymore. We don't need these. So on features right here, we got the Blue Yeti. Definitely an interesting design. A lot of microphones do look like this and don't, because the minute you take the stand off, it kind of looks like a weird pill shape. And that's kind of like, I really want to get a microphone stand and boom arm for this microphone to get it up and close and personal with me. But the problem is it kind of just looks goofy. Like once you take it off this stand, it just kind of looks goofy. So But these microphones are built very well. I was false hope on this guy because this guy said it was brushed aluminum, and it is not. This is chrome plated plastic. So chrome plated steel, chrome plated plastic, there is a difference. This feels good, this not so much. But features, we got a volume knob for your headphones up front. We also got a mute button. And in the back, right here, we got our gain knob, and we got our 4 options of how we want to capture audio. I'm going to flash the names on them because they're hard to pronounce and I cannot remember them off the top of my head. But I do specifically use the cardio setting on these microphones because, I mean, that's all I really need. But I do recommend, if you do get the Blue Yeti, a pop filter is definitely a necessity with this microphone. It's built really well. The build quality is amazing. And a lot of people rag on this microphone nowadays for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because people just oversell it or the hype was just too big. I don't know the reason. I stick with what DankPod says. Like, good audio stays good. This microphone was good in 2009, it's still good in 2024. I'm not gonna lie, there are more options, and it is much better, there are much better options in this, but I paid for this microphone, brand new old stock off of eBay, for $50. After shipping and tax, it was like somewhere between $50 and $55, I don't know off the top of my head. And I would recommend this microphone all day, every day for $50. The build quality is amazing. The sound quality is as good as it gets. There are better options, but there are more expensive options too, so keep that in mind. But for $50, if you can find it, I recommend this microphone every day. And with the Snowball here, we got 2 forms of cardio pickup patterns. There's like cardio 1 and then cardio 2, and then there's omnidirectional. And with this microphone, this one I don't really think you need a pop filter for. I found it did a lot better with my P's and my S sounds than the Blue Yeti. I don't know why, but you don't really need a pop filter, at least in my case with the Blue Snowball. So points for that. I had to buy this. And I more or less bought that because I saw it for a good deal, and I just wanted it to match. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't make chrome pop filters. Who knew? And in terms of build quality, I mean, it's okay. Most of the way is definitely in the stand, and I don't know, they changed the stand over the years. This is an older design. And this thing is just so annoying to use. There is no adjustment. You kind of have to rely on the adjustment of the microphone. The microphone does stand up, so if you needed to get high with it, you can. It's about almost the same height as the Blue Yeti. But definitely, if you get this, definitely want to get a boom arm. The Blue Yeti uses mini USB. Both new Blue Yetis and new Blue Snowballs use mini USB. I don't think, unless like the original 2009 version used full-size USB-B ports. Sorry, word salad. I'm not sure. I've yet to find a Blue Yeti from 2009. I wanted one of the originals because I didn't want to deal with Logitech. And a lot of the complaints is the build quality is not as good after Logitech bought it out, so I wanted to get one pre-Logitech, and both of these microphones, according to the box, were made in 2014. So there's that. This I would not buy at the asking price between $40 and $60. If you find it for around the $30 to $20 mark, I would recommend this microphone every day of the week. If I knew how good this audio is, I probably would have got a Snowball before I got this. Like I said, it just sounds so good. In terms of quality of the cable, the cable's okay. It's a cheap mini USB cable. This is actually really built well. This cable is nice and thick. It's got braided mesh on the inside to help protect it from, you know, when cables bend over time, they eventually break and expose the wire. You're probably not going to do that with this very well. My only negative thing is this wire, I'm guessing there's like a little metal piece of wire in here, not like the bronze copper wire they use for the connection ports, but like an actual piece of like steel flexible wire in here, because the problem is this cable wants to hold a shape badly, and that is the only negative thing about it. And yeah, I don't know what else to really talk about, so I guess we'll get right into the comparisons, and we're going to compare both these microphones without my filters engaged. We're going to get raw sound, and then we're going to compare it after my filters are enabled in OBS. Sorry, word salad, I'm tired. So I'll meet you guys at the computer. This is an audio test of the Blue Yeti Classic microphone. This is an audio test of the Blue Yeti Classic microphone. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. This is the audio test with my filters enabled. This is an audio test with all my filters enabled with the Blue Yeti microphone. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. This is an audio test of the Blue Snowball microphone. This is an audio test of the Blue Snowball microphone. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. This is an audio test of the Blue Snowball microphone with all the filters enabled. This is an audio test of the Blue Snowball microphone with all the filters enabled. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. This is an audio test of the Samsung Meteor mic. This is an audio test of the Samsung Meteor mic. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. This is an audio test of the Samsung Meteor mic with all the filters enabled. This is an audio test of the Samsung Meteor mic with all the filters enabled. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. And there you go, guys. And that is what the Blue Snowball and the Blue Yeti sound like. I didn't go into all the features because you don't really need them unless you plan on recording music and instruments, which I would not recommend either of these microphones for. These are what I would like to call entry-level microphones to get your first taste of what clean audio sounds like, and that's what I recommend it for. Like I said, I do not recommend these microphones at full price. Let me turn the light on so you guys can actually see me. That was a idiot move on my part. But if you can find a Blue Snowball, it doesn't matter if it's the regular Snowball or the Snowball Ice. They both have the same cardio feature. The only difference is the new Blue Snowball and new Blue Snowball Ice. It comes with mini USB instead of this full USB Type B port. And it's made by Logitech, so. And the G-Hub software will actually notice it. And as a fitting farewell, I'm recording the last bit of this episode with our handy dandy Samsung Meteor mic. This will be the last video I will probably ever use this microphone unless both of these kick the can and I need a microphone. So he will go on the Hall of Fame along with my very first webcam I used for the purposes of YouTube, all my collectibles and all the stuff that's really meant a special place in my heart. And I bet you're wondering, well, which is going to be your main microphone? Well, I'm actually going to use both, and I'm going to tell you why. This guy, I mean, he's obviously the winner. Okay, he sounded the best both with the filters and without the filters. Snowball was definitely a close second place, and like I said, the reason why I dropped the Samsung Meteor mic is it probably sounds muffled right now, probably sounds like I got a stuffy nose right now. That's not how I normally sound, and that's why when I got these microphones, I was just so impressed. It gets better from here, guys. Like I said, you can find better options. You can probably find a better microphone than the Snowball at $50, and you can probably find a better microphone than the Yeti for $100. But if you can find a brand new Blue Yeti for around between $50 and $75, that is a steal in my opinion, and I will stand by that opinion. I am not an audio expert. I'm just a guy trying to get his foot in the door with YouTube, and I've been trying to do that with some degree of success, I believe. Not a lot. And the blue Snowball, I definitely do not recommend at the $40 to $60 price range. It just all depends. The chrome version I got because I thought it looked the best in the glossy black plastic. And I was debating on picking between a white one and the chrome one, and I got the chrome one because I thought it looked the best. I was told it was metal, and it wasn't, so it's not brushed aluminum. It's just chrome-plated plastic. I want to get that out there. But yeah, if you can find this microphone between, I want to say between $35 and $25, and even at $40, which I don't recommend getting, it's still pretty good for $40. Like, it's very hard to find something at that price. Okay, but I would not recommend paying retail for either one of these microphones. There are better options out there, and I recommend doing your own research before you're making your own decision, because there's tons of microphones. There's even a microphone that I might do a review on where for $50 you get the microphone, pop filter, stand, and boom arm. You get everything to get started for $50, and I'm probably going to review that sometime. I forget the name. I'll flash it on the screen if I can. But if you guys forgot to say, what am I going to do with the Snowball? Well, before I got the Snowball by accident, because I didn't think the guy was going to accept my lowball offer, the Samsung microphone was going to be a travel microphone for whenever I was on the go and I needed to use a microphone. The Samsung Meteor Mic would do it because it's small and easy to travel, and it's pretty rugged and durable. The blue Snowball obviously sounds better at the end of the day, and it just wins. It wins. It sounds way better, and it works with my filters a lot better than the Samsung Meteor Mic does. I'm still going to use it. Over here, you guys can't see, but I have my setup right here where I record my game consoles. I have a Samsung 1080p 32-inch curved monitor that I use for whenever I'm playing game consoles. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I can't play video game consoles on small screens. Like 32 inches is the smallest I can play a game console, which is weird because I can play on a computer with a small screen, no problem, but I can't do it with a console. It's just, it don't feel right. It feels unnatural. But every time I will be recording off of my game console or streaming off my game console, because this thing just looks cool and I want to incorporate it into the channel in some way. So this guy will constantly get used whenever I'm recording off of a game console or streaming from a game console. So it definitely impressed me. And for $25, it's definitely earned a place here in the Unbearable Boss recording studio. But I've rambled long enough. You guys make your own decision. I'm just a guy on the internet. And hopefully this is a helpful, educational, informative video. Yeah, just shove it back there. There we go. Yep, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next episode on Unbearable Boss Out.